guys, welcome to our week 2 of our New Year New Yogi challenge. So this is going to be a flow of all the poses from the previous week. So 7 poses. I'm going to add some stuff in just like I would teach a normal yoga class. So yeah, I have some props. I have 2 blocks. Just in case you need them, I like to just have them nearby. I'll show modifications, and then I have my strap. Again, not necessary, but just something to have nearby in case you need it. If you don't have blocks, you can use like a textbook. I used to use Harry Potter books because they're about the same size. If you don't have a strap, you can use a towel or a blanket or any kind of strapping mechanism, even like workout straps you can use if it's not like a yoga strap, you know? So yeah, our first pose is bound angle pose. So that's how I'm gonna get us situated so we can just meditate for like a quick second and get into our intention that Chelsea set for this week. So this is where you can use your blocks if you want. So bound angle, you're bringing your foot bottoms together to touch and your hips are open. You don't have to go like, super close. You can bring your legs out, whatever feels comfortable for you. This is where the blocks can come in. So if you find yourself, you have really, really tight hips and this is kind of uncomfortable, you can put your blocks right underneath your knees and that kind of gives them some support so you're not pulling in your hip flexors. But again, optional, up to you. So find your comfortable bound angle pose. You can also sit on a block too. Sometimes if you're really flexible and your knees can already go like all the way down to the mat, you can sit on a block and that'll help your hips open up more. All right, so find your bound angle. Make sure you feel your sit bones on your mat beneath you. Try to keep a straight spine here. Don't let your shoulders be shrugged up to your ears. You can feel that pull right in your hips. I like to bring my hands to my feet just because my feet kind of get cold sometimes, but you can bring your hands to your knees. You can bring your hands to heart center. Do what feels right for you. When you're ready, you can go ahead and close your eyes. Start to breathe in and out through your nose. Not changing your breath at all, just noticing it, bringing your attention to it. Again, our breath is how we bring ourselves to the present, to our mat. It really helps to visualize it as it goes in and out through your nostrils. It gives your mind something to focus on. It's a great, easy form of meditation. Our intention for this week, it actually goes pretty well along with breath and meditation. It's not having judgment for yourself, not having judgment for your thoughts that flow through your mind, having a sense of openness. So we use our breath to do that. When we're sitting here and we're meditating, you just let your thoughts kind of just go by. Don't attach anything to them. Just, think them and they're there and you thought it, and then bring it back to your breath. So if you're sitting here and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to do this and this and this tomorrow, just let it go by. Focus on your breath. Envision it as it goes in and out through your nostrils. And just being open to possibilities. When you release judgment from your thoughts, it brings a sense of opportunity, and that's where we grow. So that's our meditation for this, our intention for this class today. Always bring it back to that if you find yourself getting lost in, oh my gosh, this is so hard, or I'm thinking about what I have to do as soon as I'm done with this class. Just bring it back to your breath, let it go. No judgment, and when we release that judgment, that's where we grow. We'll take one big community breath together. So go ahead and inhale really big through your nose. And then exhale it all out through your mouth. One more breath just like that. And exhale it through your mouth. You can go ahead and open your eyes if you want, or you can keep them closed, whatever works for you. I like to do a little forward fold in my bound angle. If this is getting uncomfortable for you, I'm so used to sitting like this, like I could sit like this forever, but I know it's uncomfortable for a lot of people. Feel free to shake your legs out. I'm just gonna take a little forward fold. So I want you to inhale your arms overhead, and then exhale, you're hinging at the hips. So imagine like, how a Barbie doll, just like their legs are there and then the whole body part like shifts like at the hips. Imagine that. So you wanna kind of keeping a straight spine, folding, hinging right at the hips. Might have to scooch your hips back a little bit, trying to keep that straight spine. Exhale, maybe fold a little bit more. And don't, again, feel judgment for yourself. If you have a little natural curve to your spine, I definitely do. So even if my chest is up, I'm trying to keep a straight spine. If you took a picture of me from the side, it would look a little like rounded. I'm not doing that intentionally though. Like, that's just how my body is. If that's how your body is, totally cool. Just hold it here for a little longer. Don't forget to breathe. And go ahead and slowly take it back up. Again, you need to shake out your legs a little bit. You can shake out your legs. We're gonna go into our seated forward bend. So I'm gonna turn sideways on my mat. This is where your strap can come in if you have really, really tight hamstrings. I have super tight hamstrings, I think mostly because I'm really short and because I ran for a while and I just like shot my hamstrings. So go ahead and have your strap nearby if you need it. So you're bringing your legs straight out in front of you. Again, same concept when we fold. We're hinging at the hips. We're not just like slumping over. We're trying to keep a straight spine. So you're gonna inhale your arms up and exhale, fold over your legs. Doesn't matter if you can touch your toes or not. You can always grab for your calves. Everybody thinks that seated forward fold is like, oh my gosh, I have to be able to touch my toes. I have to have flexible hamstrings. It's not necessarily the case. It's actually a really good stretch for your lower back. So if you want to get into your lower back more, like oh, my back hurts, you can actually bend your knees. Fold over your knees like that. You can really feel that release in your back. If you want to get into your hamstrings, keep the knees as straight as you can. I have a knee injury, so I kind of like keep a little tiny bend in my knees. If you wanted to use your strap, this is where you just wrap it around your feet, and then you just kind of use it to pull yourself down over your legs. Again, I'm not going like super far, not like hunching over trying to touch my toes. I'm keeping a straight spine. You can really feel like I can feel it in my hamstrings, even if it doesn't look like I'm folding that much. And again, you can probably see there's a little curve in my spine. I'm trying to keep as straight a spine as possible, but that's how my body is. So no judgment for that. Everybody's different. I just hold here for a few more breaths. On your exhales, you can maybe pull yourself a little bit more. And then go ahead and slowly release. Now we're going to go to our wide-legged forward fold. This is probably one of my favorite stretches. I'm going to turn it face you guys. So you can shake your legs out if you need to, but this time we're bringing them wide. And again, you don't need to bring them like super wide. Whatever feels comfortable for you. Everybody's different. Again, I have an injury in my right knee, so sometimes you'll see it kind of like come up like this just because I don't want to strain it anymore. So we're going to start with just a forward fold down the middle, and then I'm going to take us over each leg. Again, thinking of that Barbie or hinging at the hips. So we're inhaling our arms up, and we're exhale, folding over our legs. You can walk your hands out. This is where, again, a block could come in handy. You can rest your forearms on a block. And just breathing here. Something that helps too if you have really tight hamstrings, if you kind of flex them, like, I don't know if you can see, it kind of helps get them active, and then you can kind of go a little deeper. Also, point or flex your feet. I always encourage having active extremities because that kind of helps as well if you want to feel a little bit more. And again, you can inhale, then exhale, maybe fold a little deeper. More breaths here. And then go ahead and slowly walk your hands back up. Now we're going to take it over each leg. So go ahead, turn your torso to face over your right leg. So you're kind of getting situated over that leg. You can inhale here and exhale, fold. This is, again, you can use a strap here if you need to. Slowly come up, take it over the other leg, inhale here, and exhale, fold. And it's totally normal to be more flexible on one side than the other. My left side's my good side, my right side is kind of funky because of my knee, so I can kind of fold more over this side. You can reach for your toes, whatever feels good. And inhale, slowly come up. And shake out your legs here if you need to. So we're going to seated head to knee, so very similar to what we just did, except one of the legs is bent in. So I'm going to start over the right side, so I'm going to bend my left knee in. Try to keep your foot against your thigh, or if you need to, against your calf. You don't want to put it right on the knee joint just in case you start to press into it, just to keep our knees safe. So the same concept, we're going to square ourselves over that leg. You can inhale, and then exhale, fold. And again, if you need a strap, you can use your strap. No, it's called seated head to knee because eventually the goal is to get your head to your knee, but definitely not that flexible yet. It used to be, but not anymore. And it's totally okay. We're releasing our judgment. We're not thinking about what it used to be or what it could be, just what it is now, and taking it as it is. Go ahead and inhale, come back up. You can shake out that leg, and then we're going to switch to the other side. Just bringing that foot in, again, squaring yourself over the straight leg. Taking a nice big inhale. And then exhale, fold. And all of these forward folds you should be feeling in the back of your leg, in your hamstring, and also in your low back. Forward folds are great for your lower spine. So anytime, I know when I am about to get my period, my low back hurts really bad, so forward folds are great. Like if you're just, I know when I do deadlifts, my lower back gets all ugh. So this is something great to do if you're experiencing either of those things. Go ahead and inhale, slowly come up. Again, give them a little shake if you need to. Sorry, I have my little notes over here just in case. Alright, so half pigeon. This is a nice big hip opener. It's one of my favorites. I love it. So you can take it either from downward dog or from a tabletop. I like to go from downward dog. This is one too where if you want to keep a block nearby, you can put it under that hip if it doesn't go all the way down. So either from your tabletop or your downward dog, you can lift that right leg. And then you're bringing your knee into the same elbow and bringing your foot parallel to the front of your mat. Your back leg is going straight out back. And before you put your pigeon to sleep, I always encourage you to come up just for a second, making sure your hips are square, taking a gaze over the opposite shoulder to make sure that foot is there. It actually kind of helps center your hips. So you can't see it, but my hip on this side, my right leg is tighter, it's not all the way to the mat. So that's where you can take your block and you can just put it right under that hip. So see, I can come and kind of like put my weight on it. That's an option. And just take an inhale, maybe get a little back bend, and then exhale, fold over your legs. Again, you can rest your forearms on a block if you need to. You can come all the way down. And we're just going to breathe here, really feeling that in our hip. And this is great for our intention because our hips are actually where we store emotion. If you imagine your pelvis is a bowl, when we start to move our hips, we're shaking that bowl, and all of our emotions are inside that bowl, and they just kind of come spilling out. So if you're feeling anything, just let it pass. Let that emotion come into your brain and breathe it away. You can lift up your head first, and then slowly come back to your palms. You can come to your tabletop here to switch legs, or you can just come back to your three-legged dog. So I'm tucking the toes behind me. I'm inhaling up, and then release. Then you can inhale up your left leg. And exhale, bring your knee to your elbow, finding that pigeon. Again, you're trying to get that leg as parallel to the front of your mat as you can. If you have very tight hips, that's kind of difficult. Again, no worries. It's all a work in practice. I was going to say progress and practice. It's a work in progress because yoga is a practice. It's the whole point of it. Again, if you need that block under your hip, you just put it right under there, like that. If you need it. If not, no worries. You can also put a pillow or a blanket under there. We're inhaling, maybe take a little back bend, and then we're folding. Don't forget to breathe. Now this pose can be really intense, but our breath is going to get us through it. And go ahead and lift your head up. Inhale, slowly come up. You can come back to your table or take that three-legged dog if you like. And then go ahead and release. You can come to your knees. We're going to come to a seat on our mat so we can do our seated twists. There are kind of a million different ways to do a seated twist in yoga. I like the really basic one, which is just we're going to come to easy seated pose. You can kind of have, again, your legs however you like. If you like bound angle, if you like them straight out, whatever's comfortable. We're going to bring our hands to our sides. We're going to inhale up and exhale, twist to either side, opening up your arms. You're gazing over that back shoulder to those fingertips behind you. Your inhale, lengthening the spine, and exhale, maybe twisting a little bit more. And then bring your head back to center first. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, take it to the other side. Again, inhale to lengthen the spine. And exhale, maybe twist a little bit more, gazing over that back shoulder. And bring your head back to center. Inhale, everything comes back to center. And you can exhale, release. We'll take one more twist, which is essentially the same concept, except this time you're bringing your hand to your knee, and that can kind of give you a little bit more leverage. So go ahead and inhale your arms up. And exhale, open up, twist. Bringing that hand to your knee. Achoo! Achoo! Bless me. So it's really tempting when you're in a twist to kind of, sink in, like rounding the spine. We're trying to keep a nice tall spine here. So you're inhale, lengthening, exhale, twisting. Gazing over that back shoulder. And then we bring our head back to center. We inhale everything back to center. And exhale, other side. Again, inhale to lengthen the spine. And exhale to twist. And bring your head back to center. And then inhale everything up. I'm just going to take a little forward fold here. So exhale, just fold over your legs. All right, so our last pose is going to give us a little core work, our boat pose. It's one of my favorites. I love it to use to prepare for any kind of arm balance or inversion because those take a lot of core. So go ahead and sit long ways on your mat. You're going to bend your knees. You're going to bring your arms out to either side of your knees, and then you're just going to lean back, and you'll feel that core engagement as soon as you start to lean back. We're keeping a nice straight spine. If this is your boat pose, this is your boat pose. Again, no judgment. You're going to breathe it out. This is where you are. This is actually really intense because I did abs earlier today, and I'm like, oh God, like I'm shaking. So you can take it here. Maybe you lift the legs. Maybe you straighten them all the way. So figure out what works for you, and then we're just going to hold it for 10 seconds. Go ahead and fight your boat pose. When you're ready, maybe legs up. We're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten your legs on the mat. Take a nice big forward fold. Maybe rock from side to side. Go ahead and slowly inhale up. You can come all the way down to your back. So this is just going to be a little cool down for us. It's not part of the challenge, just a little something to get us into Shavasana. We're going to take a happy baby. So you're bringing your knees into your chest. You're bringing your foot bottoms up towards the ceiling. You can grab on the inside or the outside of the feet. If you can't grab your feet, no worries. You can grab the back of the thighs, you can grab your calves, wherever you can reach. Another nice hip opener. You can maybe rock from side to side if it feels good. Go ahead and release. We'll take a little supine twist. So where you're going to bring your right knee up into your chest. Inhale here, and exhale, twist. You can gaze over your shoulder in the opposite direction. I always feel a nice little crack in my spine here. Bring your head back to center first, and then bring your body back to center. Go ahead and switch out your legs. Inhaling here, and exhale, twist. Bring your head back to center, and then bring your body back to center. We'll finish it out with our Savasana, everybody's favorite pose, corpse pose. So go ahead and take up as much space on your mat as you need to. You can let your arms and legs fall wherever they want to fall. And we're bringing it back to our breath here. So letting it flow normally. Letting go of anything, any judgments, any worries about the past or the future. Just bringing it to the present, to your mat. Relax your jaw, unfurl your brows, and just breathe.